Welcome to the 2026 Triad Commencement Ceremony. Graduates in the Triad community, please remain standing for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good afternoon. I am Maggie Parcells, principal of Triad High School. On behalf of the Triad Board of Education, Superintendent Vic Mariniak, and the faculty and staff of Triad Local Schools, I would like to welcome you to the 70th commencement of Triad High School. I would like to publicly thank the commencement committee, as well as our class officers, for helping to plan and organize today's ceremony. Graduates, today marks your final act as a student of Triad Local Schools. Very soon, you will receive your diploma and be considered an alumnus of Triad. You will join the more than 4,000 individuals that have received a Triad diploma since its founding, when the schools of Cable, North Lewisburg, and Woodstock were combined. At this time, I would like to ask all Triad alumni, as well as all current and former faculty and staff, to please stand. Give your alumni a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. Graduates, today is not only a milestone for you, but it is also a day of celebration for all of Triad, the family and friends in attendance, as well as anyone that identifies as part of the Cardinal community. At this time, under the direction of Miss Abby Stepp, the choir will perform the song, "I'll Remember You" by Andy Beck. Congratulations to Miss Step and our Triad choir students. Give them another round of applause. Now I would like to welcome Miss Jenna Jones, our class of 2026 valedictorian, for her speech titled More Than a Test Score.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jenna Jones, and I would personally like to welcome you all to the class of 2026 graduation ceremony. I would like to thank you all for coming to celebrate each and every one of us today. I would like to thank my mom and dad for supporting me academically and in each sport I've played throughout my life. I would next like to thank my grandma and grandpa for always supporting me and coming to all of my sporting events. I would also like to take a second and thank all the amazing teachers and staff at Triad who have supported me and my classmates, and a special mention to Ms. Garris for making pre-calc and calculus as easy as she could so we could all understand it. I would also like to thank Ms. Bottom for not only being a great teacher, but even a great role model for me to look up to over the past couple years. Some of you may not know this, but I've always wanted to be a teacher, ever since the second day of kindergarten, or preschool, sorry. Because according to my mom, the first day I came home, I wanted to be a bus driver. But there's always been a passion inside of me to help others, not only by giving answers and assigning homework, but by helping people believe in themselves when things feel difficult. Something I've realized over all the years I've been in school is that some of the teachers we remember most are not always the ones who taught the hardest lessons, but the ones who made us feel capable. The teachers who stayed after class to help us and reminded us that one bad grade or one hard day did not define who we are. As most of you know, when a little kid says they want to be something when they grow up, that eventually changes. But each year, my passion for teaching only grew. As all the years went by, I started to figure out which subjects I liked and what I didn't like. I also loved how some of the teachers ran their classes, and I liked how organized they could be one day when the roles were switched. Having a job where you get to help others was the whole reason I wanted to be a teacher. And there was also a smart part of me that wanted to keep my classroom clean and organized, because that's all I could think about when I was in some teachers' classes. I know what you're thinking, how does this tie into the story, to the title? Well, growing up, I've always paid attention and did pretty well in elementary school. However, at the beginning of 3rd grade, around October, we had to take a placement test, and I scored below average, meaning I may need extra help that year. Everyone decided to look past that test score because after all, it was just one test, so I could continue the school year like normal. At the end of the school year, it came time to take that test a second time to see if we improved. And well, the same thing happened again. I failed. So now my parents and teachers decided to put me in summer school since I had to pass this one test to get to the 4th grade. As a 3rd grader, the last thing you want to hear is that you have to go to school during summer break. I didn't know what I had done wrong or why I had been punished, as to say, to be in school in the summer since I had passed all of my spelling and math benchmarks throughout the year. It seemed super unfair that in order to move on to the next grade, I had to pass this one test. That put even more pressure on me since I was a terrible test taker, which still am to this day. It's just gotten a little better. So I went to school for those few weeks, and I got super nervous leading up to the date we had to take the test. They told me I only had one more chance to pass this test to move on to the 4th grade, or else I had to retake the grade. That day came to take the test, and I tried my very best and ended with a passing score. Once I found out I passed, I knew I had to continue to try extra hard in the years of school to come. So before each school year, throughout all of middle school and high school, I reminded myself of that hardship I went through and all of the work I'd put in to make it to this point. As I stand here in front of you all today, I hope that all of you about to receive your diploma and all of you in the crowd can take something from this story. The lesson I hope you take from the story is that one moment, one score, and one setback does not determine your future. When I was in 3rd grade, the test I failed made me feel like I wasn't smart enough. I thought to myself that maybe I wasn't capable of succeeding the way everyone else was. But standing here today, ready to graduate with all of you, I've learned that growth comes from continuing to push forward, even when things feel difficult. As the class of 2026 leaves Triad today, I hope we all remember that success is not about being perfect. It's about perseverance, dedication, growth, and continuing to work hard when things don't come easy. So whether your journey leads you to college, the workforce, military, or somewhere you didn't think you'd end up, I hope you continue to believe in yourself through each challenge that comes in your path, because you are so much more than a test score. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Christina Smart, Triad Student Success Coordinator. Usually I present this part with my friend and school counselor, Casey Moore. She wasn't able to be here with us today, but Mrs. Moore asked me to share a few words on her behalf. She's very disappointed she can't be here, especially for a class she has grown to love so much. I know many of you miss her as much as I do. She told me to tell you the following. Class of 2026, I'm proud of you. I remember you as freshmen, walking through the door 4 years ago with chips on your shoulder and maybe a little bit of that attitude to match. Congratulations, class of 2026. Congratulations, class of 2026. Now I have the distinct honor to discuss more of the impressive accomplishments of the class of 2026. As part of the graduation requirements for the state of Ohio, each graduate in the class was required to earn at least 2 of the 12 graduation seals. I am proud to say that this class has earned a combined total of 91 graduation seals. The class has also completed Triad academic pathways like business and logistics, college prep, Ohio High Point, precision ag, and visual performing arts. And for the first time, we're graduating students from our allied health and information technology programs. Students are wearing graduation cords today to represent their academic pathway, as well as the distinctions like being a repeat blood donor, a member of the National Honor Society, or military enlistment. As their K-12 journey comes to a close, students have been actively considering future plans, and we would like to take a moment to honor their choices. I'm going to recognize students for their ease. Those who will be employed in the local workforce, those enrolling in college, and those enlisting to serve our nation. I'll start with employment. The truth is, entering the workforce isn't about getting a job. It's about finding your place, figuring out how to use the tools that you have, and finding out who you are in order for your career, whatever it might be, to be meaningful to you and your community. Not every job will be a dream job, but every job can be a stepping stone, a chance to learn, grow, and understand more about what drives you. Will the students who will be employed in our local workforce please stand at this time? Some will wear uniforms, others business attire, and a few lucky will be working remotely in your pajamas. But no matter where you go, you're all stepping into a world that truly needs you. Combined, the class of 2026 has worked more than 4,700 hours during their senior year with an approximate earning of more than $70,000. Let's give the students headed out into our local workforce a round of applause. Graduates, you may be seated. Next, enrollment. Many graduates in the class of 2026 have taken advantage of the College Credit Plus program. This group of young men and women had the opportunity to earn college credit while working towards their high school diploma. All students who took CCP courses, as well as those choosing to enroll, please stand. There were days you balanced high school spirit weeks with college midterms, nights when you traded Friday night lights for college level reading, and weekends when your friends were out and you were home deciphering textbooks without answer keys. But you did it. You took initiative, you stretched your comfort zone, and you proved that you can rise to the occasion. That kind of determination doesn't get you a diploma or a college credit. It builds the foundation for your future. These college-bound students have completed approximately 194 college credit hours, equating to a savings of $28,000 for their families. Give them a round of applause. Finally, you may be seated. Finally, on this Memorial Day weekend, as a people, we should never forget the sacrifices of our men and women in uniform, those that have allowed the great freedoms that we have in our glorious nation. The graduating class of 2026 would like to recognize this year's class member who enlisted, Timothy Zayden Williams. Zayden will serve his country in the Air National Guard. Zayden, thank you for your commitment. Zayden, thank you for your commitment to our nation. Graduates, no matter what E you have chosen, and it's possible that you'll do more than one, we know you will continue to be an excellent representative of yourself, your family, and your community. If you are near or far, no matter what, you are always a Cardinal. Give our graduates a round of applause.
Every year, the teachers of Triad High School nominate and then vote for a Most Improved Senior. This award is given to a senior that has demonstrated significant growth and success during their time at Triad. We had several strong candidates, all of them improved tremendously over the last 4 years. The senior with the greatest amounts of votes received the comments from staff, significantly improved their dedication to schoolwork, exhibited transformed behavior from being distracting and sometimes disruptive to becoming more reserved and respectful, choosing to make better decisions, exhibited resiliency by overcoming challenges, served as a mentor, speaking to younger students who are having a hard time, and they also showed a marked response to constructive feedback over the last year. I am pleased to announce that the Most Improved Senior for the class of 2026 is Micaiah Gaston. Please wank your way to the podium. Congratulations. At this time, under the direction of Miss Abby Stepp, the band will perform Alliance. Let's give a big round of applause for the Triad High School band. Well done, everyone. I would like to ask class of 2026 student president Zayden Williams to come to the podium. He will give his speech entitled Hope.
Good afternoon, everyone. And as you heard from Ms. Parcells, my name is Zayden Williams, and I'm honored to stand up here as this year's class president. I moved here my 8th grade year. Back then, I knew absolutely nobody. I spent most of my time just trying to blend into the hallways and figure out where I fit in. I was convinced I would be the kid in the back of the room who would get through high school without anyone really noticing. I did not think I would ever be involved in anything, let alone be the one standing at this podium. I know some of you are thinking that this is going to be another graduation speech full of memories and thank yous. And while those aspects do matter, I want to keep this simple and talk about something that really got us here: hope. If you know me personally, you know I'm a big Spider-Man fan. There's a quote from Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man that has always stuck with me. She says, "No matter how buried it gets or how lost you feel, you must promise me that you will hold on to hope." Over the last 4 years, we've all gone through something, some moments bigger than others. There were times where we felt overwhelmed, times where life didn't go how we planned, times where it felt like our problems were not going to get better. Somehow, we kept going. Even if we do not recognize it, it was hope that got us through. Hope that we would figure it all out. Hope that we'd make it to this moment right here. All those moments, big or small, have led us to this today: graduation. Hope does not stop here, though. It goes beyond, into our everyday lives, into our future families, our future careers. Everything in our lives will include a little bit of hope. As we all go our separate ways, life won't always be easy. Plans will change. Our roadmap will not be the straight line we always wanted it to be. There will be bumps and ridges, but if there's one thing I hope you remember, it's this: no matter how buried you feel or how lost things get, hold on to hope. It got us here, so there's no telling how far it will take us next.
Hello, everyone. I am Vicki Maruniak, the proud superintendent of Triad. Class of 2026, when I came, you were just entering middle school. It has been my pleasure to watch you grow from the new kids in the middle school as 5th graders to the very exciting seniors that I've watched your senior year. I will be recognizing several groups of honor students. For each, the group named, will the students and their families please stand for recognition. Please remain standing until students in the group have been recognized. Please hold your applause to the end. The following students maintained a GPA of 3.0 to 3.49 for each grading period of each of their years during their 4-year career at Triad High School. Kennedy Austin. Paige Castle. Jaylee Cook. Connor Eaton. Landon Hall. Riley Hazer. Gavin Heitman. Delilah Hillman. Ava Phillips. Addison Welty. Zayden Williams. And Eliana Zimmerman. Let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated. The following students have maintained a GPA of 3.5 to 4.0 for each grade period during their 4-year career at Triad High School. Garrett Bullock, Gracie Goering, Jenna Jones, Peyton King, Mason Malone. Let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated. Being a part of the top 10% of the class of 2026 is an accomplishment to be proud of. As I read your name, please stand to be recognized. Jenna Jones. We can do one at a time this time. Garrett Bullock. Gracie Goering. Riley Hazer. And Gavin Heitman. You may be seated. Each year, Triad High School gives special recognition to those students who rank number 1 and number 2 with GPA. When your name is called, please come forward to receive your award of recognition. Parents, please stand as well. The salutatorian for Triad High School, class of 2026, is Garrett Bullock. Our valedictorian for the Triad High School class of 2026 is Jenna Jones. Let's give them both a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. Our student selected keynote speaker today is Seth Collier, who will deliver the speech entitled The Unwritten Chapter.
Hello, everyone. For those who do not know who I am Seth Collier, the 7th and 8th grade social studies teacher at Triad Middle School. I want to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to the class of 2026 for inviting me to be your graduation speaker. It is truly an honor to stand before you today.
Sorry, it can be a lot coming at you.
Thank you.
Make it a little better for you. Thank you.
Our journey together throughout your middle school years was quite unique. I first met you during the final quarter of your 5th grade year as your long-term substitute for language arts. The following year, I saw you in a different light as your physical education teacher. Finally, I served as your social studies teacher for both your 7th and 8th grade year. Having spent so much time with your group, I am reminded of the famous Charles Dickens line. It was the best of times, and it was the worst of times. While your group is an extraordinary group of students, we certainly faced our challenging moments together. Moments that were especially influential for me as a young educator. I want to thank you for those challenges, as they truly helped me become a better education teacher. Throughout your education, I had the privilege of being one of your social studies teachers, helping you navigate the lessons of the past. While history is frequently contained within the pages of weathered textbooks, today represents something different. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter, a blank slate where you are the author of your own future and the one who will write your own story. The direction this story takes you is totally in your hands. And I'll let you know in a little secret that might be terrifying. There are no study guides for what comes next. There are no answer keys in the back of the book. And as much it pains me to say it, you can't just use ChatGPT to look up the causes and effect of your own life. You're moving from a classroom where you were given the facts to a world you get to create them. If I were to provide you with a final study guide for the world beyond high school, it would be a combination of the lessons you learned in the gymnasium and the classroom. From your time in phys ed, never forget that showing up is half the battle. And when you inevitably get knocked down, your character is defined by how quickly you get back up. From your years in social studies, always remember that the figures who shaped history weren't those who waited for permission. They were the individuals who dared to ask why, and then set out to forge their own answers. You have already demonstrated that you possess the strength to do both of these things. As you move forward, I hope you carry a healthy skepticism for the status quo and the rock-solid belief in yourself. In the classroom, we analyzed revolutions and movements that sparked by people no older than you are now. People who looked at the world and decided it wasn't quite finished yet. High school may have tried to categorize you, and the world will try to tell you who you are supposed to be based on the data of your past. Don't let it. Like a primary source document, your life is most authentic when it is told in your own voice, not interpreted by the onlookers. Don't be afraid of the bad times that will inevitably pop up in your next chapter. If our time together taught me anything, it's that moments of friction, the difficult assignments, the laps I made you run when you didn't want to, are exactly what build the endurance you need for the best of time. You aren't just leaving Triad with a diploma, you are leaving with a toolkit. You have the grit of an athlete and the critical mind of a historian. That is a powerful combination that will serve you well whether you are navigating a boardroom, a laboratory, or your own backyard. In closing, I want to say thank you once more. It has been a pleasure to be a part of your story from your 5th grade year until now. It has been a privilege to watch you grow from energetic kids in a gymnasium to thoughtful, young, capable adults sitting before me today. As you leave this campus today, remember that while you can't Google the future, you have everything you need to build it. Class of 2026, the textbook is closed, the whistle has blown, and the pen is finally in your hands. Go make history. Congratulations.
At this time, I would like to ask Superintendent Vic Maruniak and Mr. Chris Millice, President of the Triad Board of Education, to come forward to present the graduates with diplomas. Audience, please feel free to give each graduate their own well-deserved applause. They have earned it. As the principal of Triad High School, I hereby certify that each member of the Triad class of 2026 has met or surpassed all of the requirements duly set forth by the Triad Board of Education. They have met the criteria for one of the pathways of graduation and have completed all of the requirements established by the Ohio Board of Education. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the Triad High School class of 2026. Kennedy Page Austin. Jaden Michael Blackburn. Summer Joe Boggs. Garrett J. Bullock. Peyton Brooke Bowen. Cooper Allen Boyd. Paige Elizabeth Ann Castle. Jaylee Janae Cook. Aaron David Joseph Donahoe. Cleveland Blake Duggins. Ava Lurie Rose Duncan. Connor Allen Eaton. Connor Michael Everhart. Aiden Derek Faber. Zachary Edward Florkowski. Mackay Cavey Gaston. Gracie Melissa Gehring. Dylan Michael Gowan. Michael Matthew Gregg. Landon Matthew Hall. Riley Lou Hazer. Nehemiah James Hayes. Gavin Lawrence Heitman. Brody Wyatt Hess. Delilah Nicole Hillman. Hunter Allen Horsley. Braden Earl James. Samuel Brady Johnson. Jenna Lynn Jones. Peyton Scott King. Mason Nathaniel Malone. Gracie May Martin. Nicole Marie Nettleton. Andrew William Knott. Caden Michael Organ. Blaze Ryan Perry. Ava Nicole Phillips. Melissa Ruby Rodriguez. Kellen J. Sanders. Haley Joe Sterling. Brody David Strickland. Allison Caitlin Triplett. Addison Grace Welty. Curtis Richard Westerman. Timothy Zayden Williams. Maxim Zaitsev. Eliana Marie Zimmerman. Graduates, today you stand at the intersection of tradition and progress. Behind you are the traditions that have shaped you, your experiences, your lessons, and your community. Ahead of you is progress, the force that moves you forward into what comes next. At Triad, even our name reminds us of this purpose. The T can stand for today and tomorrow. And the question you carry with you is simple yet powerful. What will you do today to build a better tomorrow? Class of 2026, the answer to that question begins now, with the choices you make, the paths you take, and the impact you choose to have. Congratulations to the class of 2026. At this time, Zayden Williams, class president, will lead the class in the turning of the tassels.
Alrighty, guys, I am recording this, so be prepared. Class of 2026, please join me in the flipping of our tassels from right to left as we become Triad alumni. Now you may throw your caps. I don't know. I don't know if I was supposed to.
Thank you for your attendance today as we collectively celebrate the class of 2026. Graduates, for the final time, you are now dismissed.